Let's now get started. And the country's coronavirus infections jumped to 16,268 Friday after 667 more people tested positive for the COVID-19 disease. The 667 new patients include 657 Kenyans and 10 foreigners aged between 1 month and 92 years. 11 more people have succumbed to COVID-19, raising the number of fatalities to 274, even as 311 were discharged after making full recovery. The Ministry of Health is urging people with chronic disease not to halt their routine care, as this puts them at a higher risk of developing serious complications once they get infected with coronavirus. Health Chief Administrative Secretary Dr. Mercy Mwangangi, who spoke during daily COVID-19 briefings, expressed concern that majority of patients had skipped their routine checkups since the pandemic began.
We've seen a drop in outpatient visits by about 30%. And what this means is that majority of our people are no longer visiting health facilities for HIV testing services, and therefore there's a decline in knowing the true status when it comes to HIV.
The CAS announced that the country's infection rate was going high as 667 people tested positive from a sample size of 5,075.
From the cases, 657 are Kenyans, whereas 10 are foreigners. 393 are male and 274 are female. And the youngest one is a 1-month-old infant, while the oldest is 92.
11 more people have succumbed to the COVID-19 disease in Kenya, raising the fatalities to 274.
And what was striking for me today as we reviewed this mortality data is that we've actually lost a child due to rickets. And I found it necessary to really highlight this today, because even as we impose physical distancing, even as we say stay at home, then it means that if our children are staying at home, particularly those who live in apartments or areas where there are no fields, and it means that there's a risk when it comes to rickets.
In the meantime, government spokesman Cyrus Oguna confirmed he is undergoing treatment for the virus. Through his official Twitter account, Colonel Oguna said, I quote, "Recently, having come from an assignment out of town, I developed mild coronavirus-related symptoms and got tested. The results came back positive for coronavirus, and I am now receiving medical care and responding well to treatment." End of quote.